Welcome folks to another Let's Talk, and today this is part 2 of a free series of the GW games, and today we'll be talking about the specialist games. What do I mean by specialist games? These are games that are not part of the main two core sets, which is WoW 40k. These are like small specialized games such as Mordheim, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, Gothic, War Master, and Epic. Now, as many of you will know, the specialist side has had more success, but not as much as its big brother 40k. Case in point, Blood Bowl and Epic. And now with Mordheim now entering the battlefield, what future does this hold, and will it hold the same success as its other games? Let's find out. Let's start with Epic. Now Epic is like, a oversized view of the battlefield. Now normally 40k you would have more of like a small pitch battle, but Epic however is like a massive battle. It's like you're seeing the entire battlefield from like an overhead perspective. And also it was one of the games where you could play with titans and mass unit formations. Now, it had a PC release back in the mid-90s. It was a great game, it was fun. It wasn't its top seller, but it was decent for what it is. And it's a shame that we haven't got another game like it, but I would love to see like another one of these being made or re-released. But you never know, if Kree Assembly is, like I said in my Warhammer video, has the rights to this, then maybe they could do one of them and it would make an epic impact, and I would love to see it. And now to Mordheim. Now as many of you know, Mordheim just got early access on Steam, and it looks like it could be a good game. Now for those who don't know what Mordheim is basically like a gang warfare game where you control a small warband and fight for the control of Mordheim, which is the city of the damned, which is literally, a place where, all manners of hellspawn, the undead, and corruption is running riot. Now you play as a gang of like I said, warbands, and at the moment the only two factions that were released at the early launch were the Skaven and the Human Mercenaries. Now recently the Sisters of Sigmar have just been dropped in, so now we've got 3 factions. But there are more to come. As you all know, we've got the Carnival of Chaos, the Undead Vampire Counts, and the Dwarfs. Now as for the rest, I'm not that sure, because back in the Mordheim, when I used to play on the tabletop, it pretty much didn't have that many armies, but it did have a lot of, mercenary groups and a lot of factions, but not enough for, to play them. There was not many rules for them. I'd love to see how they're going to pull this off, because it's going to be an interesting sight. And by the way the early gameplay looks, it looks kind of cool. Even though it's on for PC, I might get it, but it all depends, if my computer can take it. If not, I'll wait till I get a better computer and get it. But it does look good for what it is. And also, before I forget, the whole premise of Mordheim is you have to look after your gang, which is, upgrading their weapons, buying them weapons, and your gang does not, go from game to game. There's a chance your gang member could be permanently killed out of the game if you recklessly use them. So this game is more of a tactical game, which is quite a good change of pace, because instead of going like balls to the walls and everything, this kind of game makes you forced to use tactics and strategic. So I think this will be a good welcome sight. And finally, Blood Bowl. Now Blood Bowl is one of my favorites of the specialist games, because I played it on the tabletop with my orcs and also in the game. I also own Blood Bowl, the first game, with the other expansions, Chaos Edition and all that. Now the premise of Blood Bowl is basically American football, but with violence, where you can actually kill someone with a chainsaw, ball and chain, a steamroller, pogo stick, yeah, you heard me, a pogo stick or a bomb. Yeah, it's not your typical gridiron Sunday matchups. And also, it's also a tactical game. It's like a game of chess. Now, the Blood Bowl game on the PC was pretty good. It was one of my favorite games, but however, with the dice mechanics being a bit, ropey, it was kind of a problem. And also, with the Xbox version, I felt that the creators, didn't give it enough attention, because you only got the Dark Elf expansion and that was it, while the PC got all the expansions of all the teams, including the Chaos Demons, which were a new edition, which is, I don't know, was made by GW or by the developers, so we'll have to wait and see. But now they've announced that there's going to be Blood Bowl 2 for, all consoles and PC. Now, I'm going to put on record here that this is one of the games I am going to do a live stream of. So if you guys want to face me on Blood Bowl, I will be doing it on the Xbox One. So here's a little early promotional warning. Now, Blood Bowl, like Mordheim, has the same mechanics of, if your player dies in the game, he is permanently out of the game, or if he gets injured, he will take the injury to further matches. So basically, it's a more of a thinking game where, do you want to keep a player that's so badly injured, or do you want to risk him? And also, you have the fact as well, you've got a money resource system where you've got to, spend players, buy rerolls, buy medics, buy wizards. So you really gotta think what you're going to do. And also fouling and cheating. Now you might think in normal some circumstances it will be frowned upon, but in this game it's not only allowed, it's encouraged. So if you want to stamp on people to stop them from getting anywhere or killing them, this game encourages you to do it. Now overall, the specialist side, I think it's gonna have a nice future. With Mordheim looking as what it is, and Blood Bowl 2. Well, we know the Blood Bowl has a big following, so it might do well. If these games do well, I hope for other games to follow suit. Like Gothic, Epic, War Master, hell, even Mordheim's counterpart, Necromunda. Now imagine that being in a game. Now that would be freaking cool. But at the moment, we're just gonna have to wait and see how things progress and play out. Anyway, folks, that's the end of part 2 of this segment. Keep an eye out for part 3, which we will talk about 40k, and by God, that's a big one. Anyway, folks, this is Black Timber signing off, and I hope I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!